Hello everyone and welcome back. Today's video is going to be slightly different. I know I say that about like a shit ton of my videos, but shut up. Today I'm with someone special. He came all the way from America to shoot with me. Say hello, motherfucker.
Hello.
A great introduction. So this is Brandon, Instagram handle TheTravelingC, a very, very good photographer, and I don't know how to describe it to you other than giving you his social links. So here they are, QR code on screen, links on screen. Go check him out. It's a really, really amazing profile and he goes to a lot of places to shoot. Anyways, I am bringing him around Hong Kong for 2 days straight to shoot some of the places that, well, he kind of picked, but I also really, really like. So these are the places that I think you should shoot in Hong Kong if you come for a trip. Anyways, I am currently at Stone Slab Street, or what you would know as Pottinger Street. I think the stone slab part is pretty obvious, just look at that. And we're here for one of the classic style photos for Hong Kong. We're going to some more places later, but I have no idea whether I will string 2 days in a row in the same video or not. Maybe yes, maybe no. Anyways, I am going to maybe do some B-roll, go see what I can do with this place, and let's see how today goes, right? Hopefully this guy doesn't take too long with photos. How long do you do with photos, usually? Took a while? What is a while?
It could be anywhere from 2 to 3, 4 hours.
For one photo?
I spend a lot of time on just one photo. That's why they come out the way that they do.
Oh boy. Anyways, I'll see what I can do with the setup and hopefully this guy doesn't take too long before I get pissed.
Shooter.
Okay, yeah, I am, but I don't post too often. Anyways, time to set up. Let's go. Okay, after quite a long setup process because I was keeping yapping with this, here we have the first shot of the day. This is nothing special, it's more of a touristy, cool looking shot. Hopefully I'll add in some classic colors, but I have no promises with this one because the last time I shot this place was in 2019. I'll show the photo here if I can actually dig it up from my hard drives, and it was a pretty bad photo if anything, because that was predating all the MDD, all the tripod, all of this bullshit. That was a prototype and not a very good one at that. Anyways, let's take a look at what I'm using.
I'm sure his photo was fine.
Shut up. No, it was not fine. I'll see if I can dig it later. Anyways, let's take a look at what I'm using. 7200 f2.8 at a little bit over 100mm, f8.0, because at this range, everything is blurred and I do want a little bit more of the foreground and the background, especially all of this ground. Because this is the Stone Slab Street and it wouldn't really make any sense if I blurred out everything because it wouldn't really matter where I shot, right? So it is what it is. The vertical composition focusing on the doll and also all the vertical straight up poles on this side. I am not sure if that's better than horizontal, but I do want a stronger focus on the doll, on the subject itself, instead of having a cool wallpaper shot on my laptop, because it's not going to be that good anyway. Okay, now for the flashes. One flash straight over there is very close to the doll, and I'm not quite sure if it actually shines in the eyes or not. Hopefully it does, because the reflection of the eyes is always a problem I encounter doing shooting, and the reflections sometimes look really, really weird. One more flash over there, it's quite far away, so that's on high output, giving balanced lighting on the face. No LEDs because it doesn't work at this range anyway, right? It's quite too far away, and putting it in the middle of the road is going to be a trip hazard, and I don't want to be an asshole. Anyways, everything is quite stable and no wind here, which is great for the doll. Not so much for me because I am actually sweating. It's winter it's not great. Anyways, enough rambling, and let's take a look at the shot. All right, we're done with this one. It's not a very good one, and I can already tell by the back of the camera. Anyways, let's see the time. It's almost lunchtime already. I'll see how long this guy over there does his work, and I'll see what I can do for the next shot because it's lunchtime. We're gonna get that first and head to the next spot. Oh, let's roll. We are currently at the next spot, which is Harbour Station. Those of you familiar with my videos know I love to come here and like to do a lot of my videos. You are in my way, Jesus Christ. Hopefully the camera actually tracking me. So I don't think I'll actually be doing the photo at all. I'm trying to find somewhere to lean on. Because, well, both it's not a very good place, and also my friend is using all the tripod stuff, so I might as well let him use it. And plus he's also using my camera because he doesn't have a wide angle lens. Anyways, I would actually like to hand it off to him to replace me to explain the shot because this ain't my photo. So here we go. Explain.
Well, I can't really explain it while I'm in the process of taking the photo, but I'm always trying to experiment with how I take photos. And one thing that people don't oftentimes use when they're doing portraiture in general, especially doll photography, is use a wide-angle lens. So if you use a wide-angle lens and get really close to the subject, you get this nice foreshortening effect. And if you get super close to them, it makes this kind of unmistakable, dramatic look that you can't replicate with any other type of lens or focal length. So I was trying to capitalize on that. So
That's interesting because I use wide angle a lot.
well, I'm not saying no one uses it. I'm
Very
saying
little people
a lot
use
of
it.
people don't use it.
If anything, people don't use it at all.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So yeah, this is kind of the high risk shot, and this motherfucker is no joke. Using the Gorilla Pod upside down, hanging one of the stands on it, using one of the tripods to handle the stands upside down as well. So basically doing 2 points of what's the word? 2 points of contact, even 3, because one of the legs is touching the tripod plates. And as you can see, this absolute spiderweb of bullshit hanging one of the suitcases. I assume he's going to be using a lot of generative fill with Adobe AI, and yeah, this photo kind of relies on that fact. Anything else you want to add with your mindset of thought or thought process?
Well, no one's dumb enough to do this type of stuff except me.
And me.
So that's why we get along.
Yeah, that's why we get along. Anyway, I'll ask this guy to give me that photo as soon as possible so I can put it up in the video here. If not, I'll actually put in a phone shot or just put in some B-roll because this guy edits really slow, and I don't expect him to give me the photo anytime soon.
You might see this photo in like 6 months.
I mean, that's the same as my backlog photos, right?
Yeah.
Same as mine. But anyways, hopefully he actually has that photo. If not, I actually have the raw files in my SD card so I can actually edit it for him. So if anything, here is my rendition or his rendition, editing me, add that in. Thank you very much. Let's roll. Alright, I'll be honest with you, I am really not a fan of shooting this place because I did not account for a lot of the issues, including, well, how tall the tripod is, how tall the poles are, and the color, and also the composition, because I'm an idiot. Last time I was here, I shot a really good photo, and I don't really think I could top that, so I would rather not touch this place. My friend had to leave early, as I mentioned earlier in the video, so he's not here anymore. I will have to meet him tomorrow at a different place up north. However, I don't think I will be shooting any photos even if he has left. Inside the train, not really, it's not that good. And outside here, as I mentioned, not great either, so I would rather not waste my time. I will have to meet him up north very early tomorrow. Well, not that early, but I still need to wake up kind of early to pack all this stuff. And we'll continue our trip from there. That will be one more photo, and I will have to go somewhere else for a different photo. But that's for me tomorrow. Anyways, I'm not going to waste any more time because I would rather back this up early, go home, get some sleep, and get ready for tomorrow. So I'll pass this to me tomorrow to finish the video. In 3, 2, 1. Thank you, yesterday me. Anyways, it's currently day 2, and we are at the Hong Kong Railway Museum in Tai Po. A train just passed by, hopefully it's not too loud, but anyways, we are here quite early today for some photos along this, well, old railway line. Unfortunately, you couldn't really go into these characters and take photos. It's I don't know why they banned that. It's a weird thing, but we are happy with whatever we can get out here. So it's going to be a simple photo once again, but it's more of having colors and having some of the interesting stuff more than just a technically perfect photo. I will be walking around and see what I can get because I was here last time. This is the photo. It's a pretty good one. However, I do want something different other than just shooting at this direction and calling it a day. I'll see what I can do. It's very difficult to make things interesting after you've came here for so many times, right? Anyways, without further ado, let's do some B-roll and set up the shot. After quite a long setup, here we have the first shot of today, second or third shot of the video, I'm not quite sure, but this one is quite simple if anything. It just took me way too long to set up if I'm being honest. It's more because I tried a different composition and didn't quite work. 7200 still works the best. I wanted to use 1535, but this photo up here is the best example why it doesn't quite work. Anyways, let's take a look at what I'm using. 7200 f2.8 at 100mm let me check actually. A 5.6 with a vertical composition. I tried horizontal, I like my wallpapers, but didn't quite work out, you know? It's not very focused and all the rails, all of the poles at the back kind of call for a vertical composition. I mean, it's all right, it's definitely not the best photo, but it looks decent. And after some color grading, I think it would look pretty good. Hopefully. Anyways, two flashes, one flash right here, one flash on the other side, giving balanced lighting on the face, but I don't think it's really necessary at all because the face itself is being lit by all the environmental lighting and it's quite soft because everything is under shadow. Hopefully I do not need to do any stacking and I can just pull the highlights down with the R5. If not, I'll just do a filmic grading and hopefully it works out that way. My friend has still not done anything yet. I am a little bit concerned how much he would take because we still have quite a lot on our schedule after this. Anyways, enough rambling and let's take a look at the shot. I would predict it looks all right. Definitely not mediocre, definitely not bad, but far from my best work. Though this place is still one of my best ones and I really like the shot. Though I feel like every single time I come here, I do the exact same photo, just with a different angle. It's the third time I've done this, one wide angle, two telephotos, and this one's way over 70mm. So I would say it looks different, for goodness sake. Anyways, enough of that. I'm gonna finish up the filming here, grab lunch out there, after waiting for my friend to do his photo, of course, and let's head on to the next spot. After a bit of walking, we have arrived at the TST Cultural Center, I think, editing me on screen location. Thank you very much. I always mix this with the Cultural Arts Center and the Arts Center and Cultural Arts, or whatever, location on screen. Thank you. So, we are likely going to shoot a long telephoto length like this. I have done this before, photo on screen. It's pretty good, but lacks a bit of color. This time around, I want to kind of avoid the black and white scene and work more of a bluish, orangish tone to it. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about. It's a little bit hard to understand without the actual photo, and honestly, I think my friend is likely going to do the same.
Yeah, pretty much.
Nice introduction, mate. Anyways, I think this is about it. Sometimes security guards come over here and ask if I'm filming or not. Last time this happened, I just said no. Pocket 3 is still filming in the corner, but I don't think anyone's going to bother us, and plus, usually, if you're polite, nobody really gives a shit. Anyways, as usual, some B-roll, and let's set up a shot. With a very, very, very long setup, here we finally have the final shot for today. Now, this is supposed to be a quite easier shot. However, with the pose, with changing everything as I usually do and all the small details, this kind of took a lot of time. I just checked the filming. It's around 47 minutes total and not exactly very great. The biggest challenge here is actually the pose, because I want the cake to be moving. I want things to be moving around and not just static, because I will try and insert a clip of me trying the pose right here. It's a static pose and it didn't look quite so good compared to this one, given that this is just me coming up with bullshit on the spot, but I think it looks quite a lot better. What do you think?
I think it looks great.
Yeah, good. So let's take a look at what I'm using. 7200 f2.8 at a little bit under 100mm. Originally, I want to use 100, but I figured out zooming out and later cropping in and editing is going to be a lot easier, because with editing stuff, I can just always crop in a little bit more. 45 megapixels, I can just do whatever the hell I want, and it should be fine, because the foreground is a little bit too little for my liking. I am not sure how Editing Me is going to interpret that photo when I'm editing, but hopefully it looks about all right. Horizontal composition, I tried vertical, not so great. And this one is actually very, very movement centric, so horizontal it is. For the flashes, so one flash over here, one flash on the other side, providing enough lighting for both sides of the face. The one on this side, the brighter side, is actually at the same time more brighter, not because it's just farther away, but to balance out the lighting and create a more dramatic effect. As you can see, the face has two sides. One is darker, one is brighter. I want to enhance all the bright sides of this side, and for this side, I want it to be darker, but at the same time not completely blown out with shadows and just dark and dull. So this photo is going to rely heavily on color grading and editing, and I am sure with my usual editing skills, Editing Me, please, thank you, make a good photo. Anyways, without further ado and no more rambling this point onwards, let's take a look at the final shot for this video. Hopefully it looks all right. Looking at the back of the camera screen, it's about okay. It's definitely not the best shot, but the last photo here wasn't that great either. And that one took me way longer because I was trying something stupid last time. I might have put that shot earlier on in the photo, but I'll put both of them on screen right now, just as a reminder. This one was from 2023, I think, not very good. And the other one, 2024, a year apart. And one more year apart, I'm back here again. I hate myself. Anyways, enough of all of this. My friend has to leave, so it's about time we roll the outro. All right, pretty much done with the day, and 2 days in a row, kind of intense, I'll be honest with you. Outro time. So I plan to ask this guy some questions about his experience in Hong Kong and overall how he feels from the outsider perspective. Because for me, living in Hong Kong for so long, I really can't give a fair answer if, well, whether the city is worth visiting for photos, whether dull or not. So here we go. How was your few days in Hong Kong, especially these two walking around with me like an idiot?
Well, I think for the most part, when people think about Hong Kong, they think about it in one of two ways. They either think about it through the movies that they have in Hollywood, or like the Jackie Chan movies with all the action. But that's like old Hong Kong from the 70s. It's very much different now because it's so much more modern, and all the accommodations that they have implemented, the public transit system, the architecture and the people in general, they've just changed over the course of so many years that it's really welcoming to a modern audience. It's not as intimidating as I thought it would be.
Could you elaborate a bit more on the intimidating part? I'm just really curious, okay?
Well, a lot of people, they don't realize how integrated English is in Hong Kong. Did you say it was the official language here?
Official language is still Cantonese, but unofficially it's also Mandarin and English.
Yeah, so many people here speak English that you could make it by like your entire day only speaking English, or you don't have to speak to anyone technically, and you'll be just fine. It's not that way in Tokyo.
Definitely.
In Japan, you cannot survive without having some sort of guide or being able to read or speak Japanese to some capacity, or having some sort of understanding of it. So I think it's very tourist friendly. Depending on where you go will dictate your experience. I think if you go to the really popular rich areas, honestly, kind of boring, because you can get that in a lot of places. But if you go to like the more quiet places, like where we went to this morning, that's the true essence of what I think people want out of Hong Kong or out of a trip like this. But it depends on personality as well.
What's your most memorable thing or experience or whatever it is? I can't say it's tangible. What's the most memorable experience so far in Hong Kong?
So far, ironically, it was this morning. I didn't know what to expect going so far on the rail to, it was called Tai Po, the place that we went. Once I exited, well, today was already a beautiful day, so I had pretty high hopes. But once I exited the subway, I saw the lighting, how it hit the station, and I knew, oh my goodness, this is going to be great. And then I actually went to the Tai Po marketplace, which is where we met up. And phenomenal. The homely small town environment. I mean, it's not a small town, but it felt like a nice little close-knit community of culture, just bundled up in one small area in this huge metropolis. It was extremely unique.
That's amazing to hear, because honestly, during my trip to Taiwan, well, not necessarily Taiwan, Taiwan's better, but in Japan and also Sydney, you really don't get that feel at all. It's very alien, and yeah, things look great, but you don't feel the same. And most things are not exactly very convenient. How do you feel about like Hong Kong, about how convenient or inconvenient some things are?
I think that Japan is extremely convenient in some ways, extremely inconvenient in others. Like, I mean, their restrooms are amazing. Their transit system is also amazing, but it's complicated. The Hong Kong transit system is extremely simple. I think there's probably, of all the mega metropolises that I've been to, New York, Tokyo, and Hong Kong, it's the most simple by far. Super easy to read the layout and figure it out within just like 1 to 3 days. Otherwise, because it's so English friendly, you can pretty much go anywhere and do whatever you want. Versus in Tokyo, you're very sequestered into the tourist locations, because if you go anywhere else, no one's going to be able to help you because no one's going to be able to talk to you. let alone wanted to talk to you.
Yeah, that's one big problem. Also, what is a big problem is a plane passing over us. Oh my God. What are you? Sounds like a helicopter?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. I'll just ask one question because I'm very curious. What's the best part of Hong Kong? The food?
Well, no. The food that we had today was the best food I had for the whole trip.
That's an insult.
But the thing is, just to give you guys some context, I traveled here, not by myself, I traveled here with my girlfriend and a couple of other friends. We ate at some of the highest end dim sum and luxury dining places in this city. I'm talking like thousands of dollars for one dinner. Ooh. And it really didn't compare to the food that we got for like less than $10 in the market today. So
that is such an insult.
So the food was great, but no, the food wasn't the highlight. The highlight was the photography, I think. The urban photography, we didn't just do, or at least I didn't just do toy photography or doll photography, but the doll photography was amazing. And then the urban photography was really what I came here for. And the night walking, the nightlife is so bright and vibrant that you really don't see this type of urban photography anywhere else in the world.
Interesting. That's coming from someone living in the States, by the way. California, right?
California, Los Angeles.
Big city?
Big city.
Big city. So yeah, very different, and I do feel like Hong Kong is one of the more special cities in the world, being a melting pot of so many things. Also, it's both very antiquated in some ways and extremely modern in some. And funny to think, some of the extremely modern aspects come all the way from the 90s. So, final question, will you come again?
Oh, for sure. I have to.
We're not talking about that, we're talking about like, will you want to come again? That's the question.
There's so much to explore here. I think I'm only going to be able to scratch the surface within the 9 days that I stay here, so absolutely have me come back.
So I hope you do enjoy the rest of your trip. I know you're extremely busy, so thank you very much for joining for these 2 days.
All right.
And I hope to meet you sometime soon again. Well, I don't know when, but hopefully I'll see you soon again, yeah? And hopefully I'll still be running this goddamn channel by the time. Anyways, thank you very much for watching this absolutely horrible video to the very end. Like and subscribe if you want to see more of this garbage. Leave a comment down below, let me know what you think, and I will see you in the next video. Lemon, out.